What's up, y'all? It's your girl, Sarah from Sarah Styles here. I am a reseller on PoshMark and on eBay, and I also have analytical dashboards to help resellers meet their goals. I have a sales one that you can use for all platforms, and it'll break out your percentages by revenue by platform, your average sale price by platform, and then look at PoshMark specific data, strategies, bundles, offer to likes, returning customers by state, lots of really useful information. And they also have an inventory dashboard strictly for PoshMark that shows you what is actually selling of what you're purchasing to help you work smarter and not harder when you're sourcing. I use it in everything that I do when I'm sourcing, and when I started using it, my average sale price nearly doubled, and I mean my revenue graph, you can see in my YouTube video, I'll link it up above, for the entire year of 2019. You can clearly see when I started to use my data, it has made a significant difference, and now you guys can use it as well. It's on my Etsy shop. Today I am going to do a little bit of a haul. This is part 2. I did a shoe haul from the same sourcing trip, and now I'm going to do a clothing and purse haul. I went to 2 retail thrift stores and then the GoodWill Outlet bins. And kind of my strategy when I shop is based off of average sale price. My kids are running around upstairs. I hope you guys, I hope that's not too distracting. But as a stay-at-home mom of 3, I have to work when I can. So I shop based off of average sale price, and I aim for hitting a certain profit. That number comes out of the sales dashboard because it has a simulator in it, which you can put in, I want to make X amount of dollars, and it'll tell you you need to have your items, your sale price needs to be around this amount based off of how many items you are normally selling, or you can sell more items and it'll tell you that as well. And I go for the average sale price strategy just because I don't have a lot of time. So I want to make a lot of money for one item. But then that means it kind of sits a little bit longer. Anyway, down that rabbit hole. If you want more information about that, head to my YouTube channel or check out some of my other Instagram IGTV videos. Let's look at some clothes and purses. So everything from this haul I purchased looking at the comps, taking out the inventory costs, and making sure it would hit that profit that I want. So it doesn't matter if I'm at the bins and it's really low inventory cost, or if I am shopping at a retail store that tends to be higher inventory costs, right? So I love purses. You're going to notice my inventory is going to, I'm trying in 2020, I'm going to start, we'll see how it goes. I'll look at my data, obviously. I'm going to try and hone down what is really working for me, and that's shoes, purses, jackets during the winter, dresses during the summer, and then vintage. So that's mainly what you're going to see in my haul. This purse, it is a Ralph Lauren. It was a gorgeous tote. I saw it and it caught my eye, and I was like, that looks like a nice bag. I looked up comps and they were kind of all over the place, and I've actually never sold a Ralph Lauren leather tote. Some of the comps were like ridiculously high. So I'm hoping that it's not a fake. I don't know if people fake Ralph Lauren. I don't know. I've never really looked into it, but it was worth the risk. It's a gorgeous tote. I didn't get that many purses this time. I looked at my data for 2019, and I am trying to be more specific in what I'm buying. So really making sure that I'm getting quality purses that are going to sell at my price that I want. This is Coach. I am going to say with all of the purses that I purchased, I am like, minus the Ralph Lauren, I have to do some research on that one. But I am like 95% sure they were all real, but I will go through and double check and make sure and authenticize them before I post them. Coach has a little creed on the inside. There's a number on the end of that. You can look at that number and it'll help you decide if it's real. Michael Kors. What's funny about this Michael Kors is I saw it the last time I was sourcing, and they had a price so high that I was like, no. No one bought it, and so then they lowered the price, and I was like, okay, all right, I got you. That's a reasonable price. I will be picking that up. Michael Kors purses, you want to look on the inside right there, and something too that I don't know if you can tell by the lining. You can tell kind of how new it is based off of the lining, and this is one of their newer linings, so I know right away that the style is a newer style. So in my mind, that's going to sell quicker. This one. Let me tell you this. So this is Michael Kors as well. Let me show you the inside. So here's that. This one. I paid up for this. I absolutely did. And you want to know why? I have sold 2 purses of these, this exact style. So I know that it sells. This one's in really good shape. I've sold 2 of these upwards of $150 in under 3 months. Probably a month or 2 they sold. So this one, it was priced high, but I know, I mean, I've sold them. And so I did pay up for that one. But that's where, like, I don't mind paying up a little bit because the potential profit that I'm going to make is significantly higher. And I know it's going to sell. I've already sold 2 of them. This one, I'm trying, so I have an 80-20 rule. I stick with 80% of things that I know that sell for me, and then I'm trying some new things. And most of new things that I'm trying are menswear. I'm trying to branch out into men's and kind of broaden my horizons. It's not going so well. I've also only done it for like a month or 2, so it's hard to really look at the data yet. My average sale price for men's is higher. That being said, I'm not selling a lot of it, but it may take some time for me to learn, right? So my point being is I do 80-20%. 20% are new things that I'm trying. And this is something that I saw. I don't usually sell, this is United States of Olympic team. I don't usually sell stuff like this. It's usually more like trendy, high, you know, Michael Kors type things. But I looked it up. It was a low inventory cost. I looked it up. I'm on eBay, so I feel like it might do well on eBay. I think we have an Olympics coming up this year. Yeah, because it's every 4 years, right? So we have an Olympics coming up, so I thought maybe, I don't know. We'll see. This one, so I keep referencing it's Columbia, can you see? I keep referencing my YouTube video. I just looked at my entire 2019 year's worth of data. I've only been reselling for 1 year. So I'm new at this. I'm learning brands with you. I'm learning what works. And I started using my data in my dashboard because I have an analytical background. I have a degree in math. And as soon as I started using that, you know, I was doing so much better reselling. I was looking at blogs and trying things on blogs and never knowing how I was really doing. So I started looking at my data to see what works for me. And Columbia, it is one of my top sellers. It does not always sell super high, but I see so much of it in Colorado, so I can get a lot of it. And boots and jackets sell pretty well. This is one of their newer styles. And another reason that I got it, it is an extra large. And so I know also from my data sizing perspective, the medium to extra large sizes have the highest sell-through rates for me. So when I'm trying, I think I paid up for this one a little bit too, and I was like, I don't know if I want to pay up for it. And then I looked at the size and I was like, it has a high sell-through rate. I'm going to take the chance and do it. This is men's. I'm going to try, I don't know, it looks like a vintage 70s. It is vintage. I don't know if it's, I don't know. I'll have to look. I don't know as much about menswear. I would say it's vintage based off of the style. But I don't know. I'll look it up and see. This is absolutely vintage. When you see, yeah, so it's vintage. Kind of, yeah, super cute. Yellow. I'm not thrilled about having to photograph that. Do you guys ever not buy something because you don't want to photograph it? That was at the bins, and so it's so cheap at the bins, and I was like, I'll deal with it. Had I had to pay up for that, I probably would have been like, I don't really want to photograph yellow. No, thank you. So do you ever have those brands that you read on social media sell, and then you keep buying them, but they don't sell for you, but then you just can't stop buying them? That would be Pendleton. I read on social media that it sells, and I have quite a few friends that are like, oh, it's such a quality brand, and I love it. And so I keep buying it, and I've sold one blazer. So I'm hoping maybe the others will sell. This was a very cheap, it was a very reasonable inventory cost, and it is a whole suit, which I find that whole suits, once you find the person who wants it, they will sell a little bit higher because suits in general retail higher. And I think the size, yes, the size is a size 6, which is, depending on who you talk to, a medium. I consider it a medium, but sometimes it's classified as a small. But if it's a small, it's a big small, right? Does that make sense? Again, Columbia, I got like 3 Columbia items today. This is in like really good shape. I sold quite a few winter jacket type things last year. A lot of people who are like, I'm going on a ski trip, I'm from Florida, I don't want to spend $150 on a brand new Columbia jacket that I'm going to wear once. And so they buy it on PoshMark, right? And what's funny about, so if you thrift a lot, you learn your stores. And I can absolutely tell that this store that I got these 2 Columbias at has a new employee. Because they were priced like so cheap. Sometimes they price Columbia like ridiculously high that I'm like get out of here. I'm not paying that. And this store usually prices it like ridiculously high. So unless it goes like on super clearance, I don't buy it at this particular store. But these 2 are priced so low that I'm like, they have a new employee. This one too is, I love vintage Columbia. Oh my god, I love vintage Columbia. Like 80s vintage. And this one, like, it looks like it's never been worn. I mean, people will buy vintage when it's a little bit worn, but like, I mean, there's not even like dirt on the sleeves. I mean, that's ridiculous. This is another one that I thought I was gonna try. It is USA. It's a really nice vest. I actually really like this style. So if it doesn't sell, I might buy it. Or I already bought it. I don't have to buy it for myself. I might keep it. It's a large. So again, that's why I was like, I will try it. It's in that range of high sell-through rates for sizes for me. It kind of has like that vintage 70s style to it. It's a 2006 Para-Olympic. And I looked up this on eBay. Comps were all over the board. But it's a good price, or it was a good price, it's a good size, and the Olympics are coming up, so I thought maybe, I don't know when they do the Paralympics, but I thought maybe people would be looking for that. This is a dress. I found it at the bins. It's Shoshana, which is a really nice brand. This probably will sit for a while because it's not really the season for it. But it's flowy, and then also sizing, it's a size 10. That's a high sell-through size for me. This one I couldn't decide. Go luck yourself. I'm pretty sure I'm going to give it to my husband because he has crude. It's his size, and he thinks like something like that is just really funny. So that might go to my husband. If not, St. Patrick's Day coming up, I thought I might put it in my closet, and if it doesn't sell for St. Patrick's Day, then I'll let him have it. This is a vintage wedding dress. I don't know where the label is. There's the label. It looks like maybe it's 80s. I don't know. So when you're doing vintage, I'll have to look it up. When you're doing vintage, you can look at the care labels. The Fashion Guild is where you would look it up. It looks like it's a size 12, which in modern day terms means it's probably like a size 2. But it is absolutely amazing. Wedding dresses have a low sell-through rate for me because they sit for a while. It's a very specific market. Wedding season comes and it picks up a little bit, but it's a very specific market, and they're very fitted. So you have to find someone who likes it and that fits it. That being said, I don't mind. Usually vintage wedding dresses nobody wants at the thrift stores, and so they're usually like really low inventory costs, and then when they do sell, they usually sell pretty high. So I don't mind sitting on them, and also sometimes I just like to buy things that I love, and I love vintage wedding dresses. I just think they're absolutely amazing. So that is my haul. That was the last of it. Thanks for joining. I am doing a survey for Poshmark data. I want to look at what drives sales. Do followers actually mean more sales? Do self-shares mean more sales? If you have more active listings, does that mean you're going to make more sales? I want to look at the data and give hard facts on what makes more sales and not just all of these theories. And in order to do that, I need data to look at. So in the link up above there, or in my profile, there is a survey link. It's completely anonymous. I will only see numbers. I have no way of knowing who filled it out. The more data I have, the better, and the more variance of data I have, the better. So even if you've only sold one item, fill it out, tell your PFF, tell the world to fill it out. Have a good day.